Speed chase across 3 counties ends with a Lowndes County deputy shot. The suspect in this incident is dead. We'll have a live report just ahead.
WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Joey Barnes will join us in just a moment. We will have more on that deadly chase in just a moment, but active weather is causing headaches right now for parts of the viewing area. For the latest on that, we go to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson for a first look at our forecast tonight. Keith?
Well, Andrea, it has been a busy afternoon as expected. A lot of hailstorms across our region. There's one storm cell in Pickens County, Alabama, as viewed from downtown Columbus with our HD Sky camera, Alpha Insurance camera. There's the storm cell right there producing a little bit of rain, perhaps some small hail. Nothing severe in our viewing area right now. One lone blip showing up there west of Starkville. Here's our coverage area. The strongest storm's now pulling away to the northeast and pushing off to the south. And here's the bigger view across the region. Now, the air's still very unstable here. We may pop a shower storm going into the evening and overnight hours, but I think the worst of the weather is done. We've had a lot of hail in the region today. That was from Nanawaya earlier this afternoon, and there's that storm cloud that was moving through Lowndes County earlier today. So temperatures are warm right now, around 80 degrees. We're going to take it down into the low 60s tonight. More unsettled weather later this week, though. More in just a few minutes.
All right, Keith, thanks a lot. Now to our top story. A high-speed chase suspect is dead and a deputy is recovering after being shot this morning in Lowndes County. That pursuit started in Webster County, going across 3 counties, reaching speeds well over 100 miles per hour. WCBI's Joey Barnes has been following this story. He joins us now live with the latest. Joey.
Andrea, local law enforcement along with state agencies are still on the scene here on Highway 82. Going to step out for just a second so you can see them. There are a few Lowndes County deputies and the Mississippi Highway Patrol and the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation. I have seen Webster County deputies and Oktibbeha County deputies leave the scene all within the past half hour. Now, this investigation is continuing. Highway 82 is still shut down in the eastbound lane. No word on when that will open. You know, deputies tell me that this all could have been so much worse. Speeds over 100 miles per hour on a busy Highway 82, and then the bullets started flying right on the highway. WCBI cameras captured 45-year-old Pryor Spencer Bailey IV driving past the downtown Columbus exit on Highway 82 in a high-speed pursuit.
There was an incident that originated in Webster County and it ended here in Lowndes County with a shootout among 3 or 4 agencies, officers, and one suspect has been declared dead here at the scene.
The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation says Bailey was being pulled over on suspicion of DUI near Mathiston in a white Hyundai SUV on Monday morning. When law enforcement called for backup, investigators say he drove away. The pursuit went through Oktibbeha County and into Lowndes. Several law enforcement agencies were involved in the chase. MBI says a Lowndes County deputy threw out stop sticks near the Highway 50 exit on Highway 82. To a stop about 3 miles away. Investigators say Bailey got out of the vehicle. That's when he and law enforcement started shooting at each other. Lowndes County Coroner Greg Merchant describes what happens next.
We're waiting on the crime scene unit from Jackson to get here to process the scene. Mississippi Bureau of Investigation will be handling the on-scene investigation.
MBI says more than one weapon was found in or near the SUV Bailey was driving. The Starkville man was the only person in the vehicle involved in the chase. Bailey's body will be taken to the state medical examiner's office in Pearl tomorrow. Again, no timeline on when Highway 82 will reopen this evening. And also, I want to point out to the viewers that it is standard practice for the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation to investigate officer-involved shootings. Andrea, back to you in the studio.
All right, Joey Barnes reporting live for us the latest on that high-speed chase. Well, when word got out that Lowndes County Deputy Kevin Forrester had been injured in that shootout with the suspect, offers of support started pouring in from other law enforcement agencies. WCBI's Victoria Bailey is at Baptist Golden Triangle with more on Forrester's condition and that outpouring of support. Victoria?
Here at the emergency room is where they brought Lowndes County Sheriff's Deputy Kevin Forrester after he was involved in a shootout with the suspect. Earlier today, if you visit Baptist Memorial, you could see several flashing police lights, caution tape, and officers from agencies all across the Golden Triangle here to show Kevin their love.
The oath that we took is not only to protect and serve the community, it's to protect and serve each other.
Tense moments for officers throughout the Golden Triangle after hearing the news about Lowndes County Deputy Kevin Forrester.
One of the deputies saw it on WCBI going live, and he said that it was an officer down. We immediately responded, me and my captain. We hopped in my patrol car and proceeded on to Columbus to make sure that we got here on the scene, to make sure that everything was okay, and was, just basically to see was there anything that we could do, to help them out.
According to Noxubee County Sheriff's Deputy Dontavius Smith, it doesn't matter who Forrester works for. The main goal is to make sure their fellow officer is safe.
Because even though this guy, the officer, doesn't work with us or whatnot, my main concern is making sure he's safely secured. Nobody will get to him if I can help it. Nobody will get to it if my fellow officers could help it or whatnot. We're going to make sure he's secure by all means necessary.
In law enforcement, there's a sense of obligation, says Smith, to anyone who puts on the uniform.
We took an oath to make a sacrifice of life in the line of duty. And so even though we may not always understand what's going on or the situation or the people that we deal with may not understand what we go through, we brothers. We brothers. And at the end of the day, I'm going to back that brother, black or white, regardless. Whether he in a brown car, blue car, red car, that's my brother.
These instances can be avoided if there's clear communication.
That if an officer stops you, just pull over. Just pull over. Things could be avoided just by talking. It's so much easier to comply than it is just to mouth off or get smart with officers or whatnot. Even if you feel that the officer did you wrong, just comply. It's simple. It's easy.
Smith says at the very end of the day, they are praying for a quick recovery and they'll be there to see it happen.
We're a brotherhood. Everything that we do, we stick together on. Even though this guy may work for Lowndes, even though this guy may work for Columbus, we all are brothers. We all brothers. We all brothers. It's all about that thin blue line at the end of the day.
Now, a close family friend visited Deputy Forrester this afternoon, and they tell us that he's in great spirits with a room full of visitors. He's also overwhelmed and thankful for the support and love he's receiving from the community. Reporting in Columbus, I'm Victoria Bailey for WCBI News.
All right, Victoria, thanks so much for that update. In other news, a Saltillo man is charged in connection to a weekend shooting spree that authorities say caused quite an uproar on social media and some false information. Late Saturday night, authorities got reports of someone riding in a vehicle and firing a weapon in the direction of houses and cars. One car with 3 people was struck while traveling on County Road 681. A bedroom window was struck in a home in the North Ridge subdivision. Lee County deputies got a description of a suspect vehicle and pulled over a black Chevy pickup on County Road 461. 3 people in that truck were questioned. Several weapons were recovered, including a pellet rifle, a BB gun, and slingshot. Lee County Sheriff Jim Johnson says social media was quickly filled with false, confusing, and even some misleading information in this case.
Consider when you put it out there, is this really going to help the case? Is it really going to, especially if we're looking for something in a criminal element that we're trying to narrow down leads, because at that point we didn't even have any idea who it was. And it could have very easily went off to where we were interviewing or talking to people that didn't have anything to do with it based upon information that wasn't factual.
Austin Spears is charged with shooting into a motor vehicle, but more charges could be filed in the case. Spears is out of jail on a $3,500 bond. 6 new police officers started for the Columbus Police Department today as city leaders continue their efforts to build up the force. The new recruits have been sworn in, but they won't be out on patrol until they go through the academy. They will begin the 12-week program in late May. Until then, they'll be working with current officers to learn the ins and outs of police work. There are now 52 officers in Columbus. That's up from fewer than 45 just 5 months ago. The department is budgeted for 77 officers. Some area residents get a leg up on looking for that next job opportunity. We see how they're doing that when we come back.
WCBI News at 6 with Andrea Self and Joey Barnes.
Welcome back. Hundreds of middle school and high school students are at Tupelo's Bancorp South Arena for 3 days of high school energy intense competitions and testing a wide range of skills. It is the statewide conference for the Mississippi Technology Student Association. These students are competing in a number of areas, including robotics, prepared speeches, structural design, and forensic technology. The theme for the conference, Defining Your Future.
A lot of these competitions are science, technology, engineering, or math-based, and that helps them choose whether to go into something and sometimes whether not to go into an area.
I love coming to these competitions. You get to meet a whole bunch of new people from all different kinds of places, especially at nationals, and a lot of people coming from different backgrounds, and you get to see their competitions, things that you wouldn't really see if you weren't in here.
Winners at this Tupelo event will advance to nationals this summer in Orlando. Well, job seekers in Starkville met face-to-face with potential employers today. The King Center hosted a job fair. 6 employers in the Starkville area set up booths. They accepted resumes and talked to people who are out there looking for the right position. The King Center offers the Work Keys certification test for people who are seeking employment. It's required for a number of employers in the area.
There are various areas of employment or various employers who utilize Work Keys to say if you are able to meet these academic standards, then you're ready to come be a part of our workforce.
And more than 50 people attended that job fair today.
We still have a severe thunderstorm watch for the entire viewing area through mid-evening. Right now, fairly quiet. There are some stronger storms still around the region. We'll have more on that. And also look ahead at the threat for Thursday after the break.
Your first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Active weather across our region today. Nothing severe in our viewing area. Certainly good news, but we have one lone shower there and thunder shower dying there in northeastern parts of Pickens County. Here's our viewing area. You can see no issues whatsoever right now. There is another little complex up here in West Tennessee. This thing is pretty intense. Numerous severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings up here. Will this thing build back down to the southwest and graze far northeast Mississippi later this evening? Can't rule anything out at this point. It looks like for the most part those cells are moving from due west to due east, and that's certainly good news. So we have this nice lull going on. There's a front back to the northwest now. This thing is not going to sweep on through here and clear all this out. It's going to come on in here and stall out and keep the rain chances going tonight, and perhaps even a few showers or thunder showers tomorrow, but nothing severe after mid-evening. This is how it looked earlier in New Albany. Some large hail falling, and the big story today has been the large hail. This was the view in Noxapater, also down in Shuqualak, southern parts of Noxubee County, also near Nanawai as well. So we've had some large hail, some ominous looking clouds, this lowering here near Corinth. And if you look closely to that lowering right there, there was actually a observed tornado there in far northwestern Alcorn County earlier today. Stay connected with us, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Here's the Futurecast forecast one I want to show you. The activity tends to be moving away from our area, but we can't rule out some additional development across the far northeast this evening and some lingering showers or thunder showers during the night. But after mid-evening, it looks like the overall severe weather threat is basically done. And as long as that frontal boundary is in the region tomorrow, a chance for a shower or thunder shower, especially along and south of 82. Now that boundary lifts back to the north on Wednesday. We're going to stay dry. We will stay warm, low to mid 80s. But look at what it's connected to. This next area of low pressure in Texas, this thing will swing on through as we get into Thursday. And that system right there will give us a chance for some strong to severe storms all the way around the region, looks like. Hail, wind, tornadoes still on the table for Thursday. So stay tuned for details. We'll fine-tune it later this week. Now tomorrow, mid to upper 70s here across northeast Mississippi, a mix of sun and clouds. Low 80s certainly a possibility in some spots, and there could be some of those showers or thunder showers dancing around.